emerge winner. Datti came third in his polling unit. He didn't even win his polling unit. It's not popular. So what is all the talk about? Oh, they must be decided by President Buhari. Please do not go for the inauguration. CJN, do not go to for the inauguration. What is that up to? Who will listen to him? That the president should not hand over to the person who is meant to succeed him. Did Goodluck Jonathan stay away from Buhari's inauguration? Did the former CJN stay away from Buhari's inauguration? Why would Buhari stay away? Buhari has not got any power under our laws to scuttle the inauguration. So the inauguration would happen no matter what Datti feels about it. And Datti has to know what the law says. Yes, Datti owns a university, but he talks sometimes like a legal illiterate. I was reading President Buhari's lawyer in 2003. He said the matter had been decided that even if somebody had a very serious matter prior to being inaugurated, the law says he shall be inaugurated. So look at what the man said. He said, I raised the issue in Buhari versus Obasanjo case in 2003. I said, if you have a serious case against anybody, he should not be sworn in until he defends himself. But the Supreme Court told me that the law says the person declared winner remains in office. So all these things people are talking about cannot change the law, which says the person declared remains in office. The person declared for House shall also remain in office. So all you can do is expedite hearing. If you won a House of Rep seat, you will keep that House of Rep seat until your matter is decided. If you became a senator, you will keep it until your matter is decided. The law is clear about that. And the Supreme Court in Buhari versus Obasanjo affirmed that the person declared winner shall remain in office. So Datti should get the right lawyers. Imagine Datti thinking that Abuja, because Tinubu did not get 25% in Abuja, that he was not qualified to be sworn. I've listened to some of his arguments, some of them very, very infantile. So this same Ahamba, Buhari's lawyer, said the votes, no vote is superior to the other. Votes generated in Abuja are not superior to the ones generated in Lagos. Therefore, no state or part of Nigeria is superior to the other. All the nonsense about Abuja, 25%, you must have 25% in Abuja, is all because Peter Obi scored 25%. If he didn't score 25%, they won't be talking like that, including some of the people that we thought, look, were above board, were lawyers that deserve to be respected. The law is no part of Nigeria is superior to the other. Abuja is just like any Nigerian state. Section 299 of the Constitution says that clearly, that for the purpose of this Constitution, the Abuja shall be regarded as a state. Why are they not talking about Section 299 and simply telling us that you must win Abuja to be president? So if somebody wins all the 36 states and one of the presidential candidates happened to be a Gwari man from Abuja, and he got more than 90% of the vote, just the same way Obi was scoring 90-something% in the Southeast, and he denies others 25%. So are we now going to take that person, that Gwari man, who is a local, an indigenous of Abuja, are we now going to make him president because he's the only one who scored 25% in Abuja? I mean, these are very ridiculous arguments from lawyers of all people. So Obi has no choice.
Right.
Nobody will listen to his advice for Buhari to stay away from inauguration. The CJN will not stay away from his inauguration.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, Datti has to just calm down and let the law be followed. The law says 180 days at their level of appeal court and a further 2 months. It's always been like that for almost 30 years now. So that's the way it is until the law is amended. As long as it's not been amended to say, okay, I personally would want this case decided quickly. I would
Right.
want a situation in which only the Supreme Court handles presidential election petitions, the way it is done in Kenya. I would want only the Supreme Court to handle it.
Right.
But
BKO.
even if you do that, the Supreme Court also needs time to deal decisively with those issues. That you still need time in a country like ours. You can't rush it. You simply can't rush it. Let's be commonsensical. You can't rush something of that level. You can't rush it.
Absolutely, BKO.
You must take your time.
Absolutely.
Take your
Well,
time to determine the winner.
right. You
Today it is Tinubu. Tomorrow it could be your own candidate. So people should be careful of what they want. Today is Tinubu. You want the trial to be rushed. I don't know why. Who told you that you are going to win? Tomorrow it could be your own candidate, and people will say no. Let us do it quickly. How will you feel?
quite interesting. Well, I think you've actually spoken to the fact that, talking about pastors, you've actually spoken to the fact that Catholic Archbishop Emeritus John Cardinal Onayekon, also got knocks from eminent lawyers and APC stalwarts for, faulting the expected May 29th inauguration of the president-elect. You've actually spoken to, some of these facts. Let me take one or two comments before we change topic for these today's issues. Fabian Akaise says, to think that Nigerians voted for Labour Party, that means that Datti would have overthrown Peter Obi if they were elected. Trying to hit the polity, Peter Obi lacks the political influence that Tinubu has. Fair God says, don't you think that Tinubu's swearing in should be on hold for the fact that results were not transmitted as promised? I think you've also spoken to this issue as well.
They should go and prove that one in the tribunal. There is time.
Right.
The tribunal is there to decide these issues. If Tinubu cannot prove that he won the election, then he has to give way, or they should do a fresh election. I'm not opposed to that, but let the tribunal do its work. Don't stampede the tribunal, because the tribunal has a time allocated to it by our laws, 180 days. 180 days, so that I can thoroughly deal with all the issues, all the facts, examine the evidence, the avalanche of evidence against, placed before it. They know what they are talking about. If you see, I looked at some of the facts that they presented during Faleke versus Abelo and INEC. If you see hundreds of pages, and you need time to look at all these things, and that's just one matter, one state, because you must bring evidence from each